replacing type T-12 bulbs with type T-8 bulbs is generally feasible, but several factors should be considered. Firstly, ballast compatibility is crucial. Type T-12 bulbs typically use magnetic ballast, while type T-8 bulbs can operate with both magnetic and electronic ballasts. To maximize the energy efficiency of T-8 bulbs, replacing the existing magnetic ballast with an electronic ballast is highly recommended. Secondly, circuit wattage needs to be evaluated. Type T-12 bulbs usually have a higher wattage compared to T-8 bulbs for similar light output. When replacing multiple T-12 bulbs with T-8 bulbs, adjust the circuit wattage to prevent potential overloading. Thirdly, lamp holders might differ between T-12 and T-8 bulbs. Some T-8 bulbs come with adapters that allow them to fit into T-12 lamp holders. Fourthly, size and shape is another consideration. Type T-8 bulbs are generally narrower and longer than T-12 bulbs. Ensure that the chosen T-8 bulbs fit properly within the existing fixture. Fifthly, lumen output should be taken into account. Type T-8 bulbs typically offer a higher lumen output compared to T-12 bulbs of the same wattage. Adjust the number of T-8 bulbs used to achieve the desired level of illumination. Recommended steps for replacement include 1. Turn off the power supply to the fixture for safety. 2. Remove the old T-12 bulb and dispose of it properly following local regulations. 3. Check the existing ballast for compatibility. If a magnetic ballast is present, consider replacing it with an electronic ballast for enhanced energy efficiency. 4. Insert the new T-8 bulb into the lamp holder, using an adapter if necessary. 5. Turn on the power supply and verify that the bulb lights up correctly. 6. If multiple bulbs are being replaced, adjust the circuit wattage accordingly to prevent overloading. Remember to always consult the manufacturer's instructions for specific replacement guidelines related to the bulbs and fixtures being used. For even greater energy savings and extended lifespan, consider upgrading to LED bulbs instead of fluorescent bulbs. Dispose of old fluorescent bulbs responsibly by taking them to designated recycling centers. To elaborate on ballast compatibility, magnetic ballasts are older technology and are less efficient than electronic ballasts. They operate by using a coil of wire to create a magnetic field, which then regulates the current flow to the bulb. Electronic ballasts, on the other hand, use electronic components to regulate the current flow, making them more energy efficient and providing more stable light output. When replacing a T-12 bulb with a T-8 bulb and retaining the magnetic ballast, the T-8 bulb will still function, but it will not operate at its optimal efficiency. The electronic ballast is designed to provide the correct voltage and current to the T-8 bulb, maximizing its light output and minimizing energy consumption. Regarding circuit wattage, it is important to understand that the total wattage of the bulbs on a circuit should not exceed the circuit's capacity. If the circuit is overloaded, it can trip the circuit breaker or even cause a fire. To determine the appropriate circuit wattage, check the rating of the circuit breaker. For example, a 15-amp circuit at 120 volts can handle a maximum of 1800 watts. When replacing T-12 bulbs with T-8 bulbs, calculate the total wattage of the new bulbs and ensure that it does not exceed the circuit's capacity. If it does, you may need to reduce the number of bulbs on the circuit or upgrade the circuit breaker. Concerning lamp holders, T-12 bulbs typically use a different type of lamp holder than T-8 bulbs. The T-12 lamp holder is designed to accommodate the larger diameter of the T-12 bulb. While some T-8 bulbs come with adapters that allow them to fit into T-12 lamp holders, it is important to ensure that the adapter is properly installed and that the bulb is securely held in place. If the bulb is not securely held, it can vibrate or fall out, posing a safety hazard. On the topic of size and shape, T-8 bulbs are generally narrower and longer than T-12 bulbs. This means that they may not fit properly in some fixtures that are designed for T-12 bulbs. Before replacing a T-12 bulb with the T-8 bulb, measure the dimensions of the fixture and ensure that the T-8 bulb will fit properly. If the T-8 bulb is too long, it may not be able to be installed. If the T-8 bulb is too wide, it may not fit into the lamp holder. In terms of lumen output, lumens are a measure of the total amount of visible light emitted by a light source. Type T-8 bulbs typically have a higher lumen output than T-12 bulbs of the same wattage. This means that you may be able to use fewer T-8 bulbs to achieve the same level of illumination as T-12 bulbs. When replacing T-12 bulbs with T-8 bulbs, consider the lumen output of the new bulbs and adjust the number of bulbs accordingly. To expand on the recommended steps for replacement, firstly, turning off the power supply to the fixture is essential for safety. Before working on any electrical fixture, always turn off the power at the circuit breaker. This will prevent electric shock and ensure that you can work safely. Secondly, removing the old T-12 bulb and disposing of it properly is important for environmental reasons. Fluorescent bulbs contain mercury, which is a hazardous material. Dispose of old fluorescent bulbs responsibly by taking them to a designated recycling center. Do not simply throw them in the trash. Thirdly, checking the existing ballast for compatibility is crucial for optimal performance. As mentioned earlier, electronic ballasts are more energy efficient than magnetic ballasts. If the fixture has a magnetic ballast, consider replacing it with an electronic ballast for improved energy efficiency and light output. Fourthly, inserting the new T-8 bulb into the lamp holder carefully is important to avoid damaging the bulb. Ensure that the bulb is properly aligned with the lamp holder and that it is securely held in place. Do not force the bulb into the lamp holder, as this can damage the bulb or the lamp holder. Fifthly, turning on the power supply and verifying that the bulb lights up correctly is the final step in the replacement process. After installing the new bulb, turn on the power at the circuit breaker and check that the bulb lights up. If the bulb does not light up, check the connections and ensure that the bulb is properly installed. Sixthly, adjusting the circuit wattage accordingly is important to prevent overloading the circuit. As mentioned earlier, calculate the total wattage of the new bulbs and ensure that it does not exceed the circuit's capacity. If it does, you may need to reduce the number of bulbs on the circuit or upgrade the circuit breaker. In addition to these recommended steps, there are a few other considerations to keep in mind when replacing T-12 bulbs with T-8 bulbs. Firstly, always consult the manufacturer's instructions for specific replacement guidelines. The manufacturer's instructions will provide detailed information on the proper installation and operation of the bulbs and fixtures. Secondly, consider using LED bulbs instead of fluorescent bulbs for even greater energy savings and longevity. LED bulbs are more energy efficient than fluorescent bulbs and they last much longer. Thirdly, dispose of old fluorescent bulbs responsibly at designated recycling centers. As mentioned earlier, fluorescent bulbs contain mercury, which is a hazardous material. Furthermore, when choosing T-8 bulbs, consider the color temperature. Color temperature is a measure of the warmth or coolness of the light emitted by a light source. It is measured in Kelvin. Lower Kelvin temperatures produce warmer, more yellow light, while higher Kelvin temperatures produce cooler, more blue light. Choose a color temperature that is appropriate for the application. For example, warmer light is often preferred in living rooms and bedrooms, while cooler light is often preferred in offices and workshops. Also, consider the color rendering index, or CRI, of the T-8 bulbs. The CRI is a measure of how accurately a light source renders the colors of objects. A CRI of 100 indicates that the light source renders colors perfectly accurately, while a CRI of 0 indicates that the light source renders colors very poorly. Choose T-8 bulbs with a CRI of 80 or higher for good color rendering. In summary, replacing T-12 bulbs with T-8 bulbs is a relatively straightforward process, but it is important to consider several factors to ensure optimal performance and safety. These factors include ballast compatibility, circuit wattage, lamp holders, size and shape, lumen output, and color temperature. By following the recommended steps and taking these considerations into account, you can successfully replace T-12 bulbs with T-8 bulbs and improve the energy efficiency of your lighting system. Remember to always prioritize safety when working with electrical fixtures. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, consult a qualified electrician. They can help you choose the right bulbs and install them safely and correctly. Upgrading to T-8 bulbs or even LED can significantly reduce your energy consumption and save you money on your electricity bill. These upgrades also contribute to a more sustainable environment by reducing your carbon footprint. Take the time to research your options and make informed decisions about your lighting needs. By doing so, you can create a more comfortable, efficient, and environmentally friendly living or working space. Keep in mind that local regulations may vary regarding the disposal of fluorescent bulbs. Check with your local waste management authority for specific guidelines in your area. They can provide information on designated recycling centers and proper disposal methods. Regularly inspect your lighting fixtures and bulbs for any signs of damage or wear. Replace any damaged or worn components promptly to ensure safe and efficient operation. This includes checking the wiring, sockets, and ballasts. Proper maintenance can extend the lifespan of your lighting system and prevent potential hazards. When purchasing replacement bulbs, always choose reputable brands and look for energy-efficient certifications such as Energy Star. These certifications indicate that the bulbs have been tested and meet certain performance standards. Investing in quality bulbs will ensure better light output, longer lifespan, and lower energy consumption. Finally, remember that lighting is an important aspect of interior design. Consider the overall ambience and functionality of your space when choosing bulbs and fixtures. Different types of lighting can create different moods and serve different purposes. Experiment with different options to find the perfect lighting solution for your needs. By carefully considering all of these factors, you can make informed decisions about your lighting system and create a more comfortable, efficient, and sustainable environment.